Aloha hoku ohana. Thank you guys so much for joining me here for your reading. This is a really interesting and I wanted to say intense astral travel, and I guess it was so just because of the abundant energy that lies behind you during this time. There is this intensity I'm hearing that's brewing in the air, especially when it comes to certain opportunities that are beginning to collapse into physical form and reveal themselves to you. I'm also hearing physical alignments and tangible things. There's that song that's coming up. Oh, it's the most wonderful time of the year. So it kind of feels like there's going to be a gift type of energy with this for sure. I'm seeing also the gift in the Kipper deck. So this could be about you actually receiving something, but I'm hearing tangible. And in that song, he talks about there's gonna be dun 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 dun. So it feels like there's going to be loads of things that are accumulating, okay, in very tangible forms. I can't express that enough. So what you can see in your mind, you can hold in your hand right now. So I'm hearing stay true to your vision. Scene one, I call it anything you touch turns to gold. You've got the King Midas touch. And in this scene, I saw this woman and she was making this beautiful tree of life sculpture from icing, okay? So this was with fondant icing, so it was quite malleable, it's quite flexible. And this symbolizes good times, celebration that is ahead of you, the potential for sweetness and joy in your life, perhaps also reflecting on a celebratory period. Okay, so this could be something that you're celebrating. I'm seeing a Four of Wands energy too. So it's going to feel like you're right at home with this thing. And it almost feels as if it's a homecoming, or again, it's a receiving energy of some kind. It's something that feels like it fits just right. Sculpting is about you maybe trying a new skill. Maybe you're creating something beautiful with your hands. Maybe you guys work with your hands, or you're finding out a natural talent that you have and you're putting that to work or use, okay? I'm also hearing it's working in your favor, okay? Which is super interesting. It does remind me of the reading that we did around, what was it? It was something around your luck is changing around, prepare. I will link it down below, but we're talking about the shoe mender. Okay, so there's very auspicious energy, and that was also a Christmas period energy. So that's being activated. Again, this is like the shoe mender of some kind, the shoe cobbler. All right, so it's because I was seeing with hands, like it's almost like something's being made for you, and I'm seeing the hand in the universe card in my shaman's dream oracle message, which says that there's nothing more than you need to do right now than cozy up and allow the universe to work in your favor. So I feel like this is something that you've already been working with, or a skill that you've been mastering. And it also shows some kind of change that you're being encouraged to open up to, where you can sculpt your own path, okay? And it's going to be one that's definitely worth walking down. And there is loads of room for errors. Those errors are portals of discovery in regards to what else you want to shape to be your life experience, okay? Tree of Life represents the interconnectedness and unity, so you're going to look back very soon, I'm hearing, and see how everything had led you to this point. I'm hearing this monumental breaking off point, which is super interesting. So it's almost as if you're breaking off from an old paradigm or reality, as you're being shown the way to forge a new path for yourself. And it's very, very interesting. So some type of bright future ahead of you. And the question that I got was, what do you want to do in this lifetime? That's what scene one is about. What do you want to do in this lifetime? And it's the reminder of your eternal existence. But it's about, what do you want to do in this existence? What do you want to do in this lifeline? So scene two, I call it once you act and begin to walk the way becomes clear. And your awareness is going to be your torch, awareness of your gifts. I'm hearing awareness of your desires. You guys were in a dark room, but you managed to find the corridor light. So corridors represent a transition and a change that's happening in your waking life as you embark straight into a new chapter. I'm hearing this is your best one yet. And you're waiting for some type of decision, right? Maybe some kind of clarity to make a move. And this is going to carve your future. So a lot of you, again, you're taking action now, and that's sending ripples down the space-time continuum, and it's altering your future timelines. And I'm hearing the ones that you can begin to step into, okay? but it's a potential for some type of new beginning and revelation with the light as well. So you're gaining a clear sense of direction as you take action towards something. So some type of transitional period as you embark on a new journey. Maybe there's a level of uncertainty, or you could be changing your mindset as you discover new things. I'm seeing somebody like accumulate more things in their inventory, things that they hadn't considered. So be open to change, okay? Be open to things molding, be open to your path going down realms in which were previously unfathomable to you. It's like, it's something that you wouldn't necessarily have considered, but I feel like there's doors and opportunities that are going to be making themselves readily available for you, and all they require is your receptivity, okay, to them. So some type of various maybe decision that you're going to be facing, and the light serves as a clarity that could be emerging within you. Scene 3, I call it Don't Stop Just Yet, You've Got the World Looking In Your Window. Okay, so this is a song I think by 𝓤𝓲𝓪𝓷𝓬𝓮, but yeah, you may want to listen to that. But yeah, don't stop just yet, because you've got the world looking in your window. So something that you were doing was leading others to admiring you in this scene, and it led to others having a very different perception of you. There could be a lot of value in what you do. Maybe you guys are discovering the value that you have to offer. And I'm hearing just how valuable you are just through your very act of existing, okay? And I saw you guys recording with a camera indoors, but people were peeping through your window. It's like they had access through the window, but only through the window. So windows are extremely symbolic. They do contain both internal and external forces that are going to be addressed. The house represents, again, almost like the mind and the psyche, right, and the soul, but the windows are almost the eyes of the dreamer. So it's like others are observing your dream come to be, if that makes sense. They're observing you dream a new world into being, and this is something that could be unbeknown to you. You may not be aware of how many external eyes have, I'm hearing, an inside scoop or want to know what you're doing in order to shape this new reality or existence for yourself. But the quote was that people in high places are going to be admiring you, all right? So windows enable us to view, right, without necessarily engaging directly. So this could be people observing you from a safe distance, even if it's not, you know, again, direct engagement. I'm hearing they're waiting for the time to be ripe, but there's some kind of information that they're absorbing, okay, or observing, and some type of information without even necessarily having to engage with you. So you could be somehow in front of an audience, maybe this is on social media, but there's something around the people around you in society of some kind, like in the public eye, of viewing some type of very physical change that's going on with you, and you're being admired from a distance with this energy, okay? Scene 4, I call it a school classroom for 2. You're acing this lesson of mastery over matter. So in scene 4, you guys were talking to a head teacher in a school, and you offered her dark chocolate, and she saw that you were psychic right away, even though she was not super acknowledged to the fact that she was also tuned into this ability. She could recognize that ability within you because it was a mirror of what also was existing within her. So the unexpected happened in that moment. She said that she could tell that you were filtering through infinite fractals of yourself and contemplating what to say and how to apply your free will in order to be able to select very specific timelines for yourself you wanted to experience in that moment. So again, how do you actually act upon something? Do you realize that your action actually has a reaction, and that opens up new trajectories that you could possibly go down, right? And also your inaction is also an action, right? Where you choose not to act upon something, it means that you're kind of aligned with a different continuum. Okay, so you were talking about you wanted to align with a continuum that was the most harmonious, the most healing, and the most expansive, okay, for you and also your soul. The head teacher represents some kind of celestial guidance that I feel you're receiving during this time to help you structure, again, what you want to act towards and what it is that you want to move towards in waking life. Something that you could be learning when it comes to acquiring new knowledge that's going to assist you when it comes to improving your skills and abilities. I'm hearing, again, mastery and navigation in this third dimensional realm, and mastering what it is that you want to create in this third dimensional realm. The dark chocolate represents some type of transformation, some kind of act of alchemy, right? Because you're taking bitter cacao beans and you're turning it into sweet chocolate, which can be seen as a metaphor for an alchemical transformation that you're going through. And you're turning some kind of base aspect of yourself into something higher and sweeter and to be shared, right, with others. And this could be, again, you kind of unwrapping something, because in order to split this chocolate, you had to kind of unwrap, right, the wrapping that it came in. So it's almost like you're unwrapping some kind of new transformation that's happened within yourself and you're sharing it. That's what it feels like. It's like you're giving others an opportunity to intersect with something that also exists within them, but they may not be fully aware of it, and you're serving as that mirror. Okay, so you're almost making life again sweeter. So I'm hearing again, you can either get bitter by life circumstances or you can have them become sweeter. Okay, so later on you were walking down this promenade with this head teacher and she was asking you questions about timelines, and you told her about ontological inertia, which is basically a saying that means you cannot really change the past, but you can change how you want to align your decisions in the now in order to align with very specific continuums and outcomes, and how she couldn't go back to certain, situations in the past and change her choices, but as she changed herself in the present moment, it also changes her parallel or past that she had previously experienced. She relates to it in a completely different way. So you were basically advising her to take what it is that she wanted from this moment forward, to act on the things that she wanted from this moment forward, for versions of herself that wasn't able to do in the past. So you could be showing up for yourself in ways that you weren't able to do in the past, and there's an energy of just not giving up on yourself. And yeah, you were talking about timeline A and timeline B, and now that you've discovered something on timeline A, I'm hearing timeline B is no longer a viable option. So you could be making some kind of, critical decision that really alters the trajectory of your life. And it represents the power of choice and free will and conscious application of your free will. You won't want to go back to the way that things used to be once you align with these opportunities. I'm hearing something makes itself aware in your unconscious. Something that was unbeknown to you becomes known to you. Maybe this is, again, a new potential opportunity. Maybe this is about aligning your skills in a direction, and that opens up doors of opportunities for you, but you will not want to go back to the way that things once were. So the last scene is called I was hearing you've got mail. So get comfortable in this new skin and show up for yourselves in ways that you haven't done before. So again, almost adding on to this. Scene 5 was a guy who had a huge gash or cut in his face, and he healed it. And he was working in a very specific position, speaking to other girls that were trying to get up this hill, and your emails were getting really full and you needed to respond. So the cut on the face represents some kind of self-acceptance, maybe some type of emotional wound where you're emerging as a new version of yourself and you're feeling more resilient in order to be able to do that during this time after a period of hardship or difficulty. So maybe this was about, first house is almost your appearance or your face. Maybe it was about your self-belief that you had in yourself, right? And being able to really improve that, and some kind of personal growth that you're going through. So this is going to lead to you stepping into a stronger version of yourself. And then there was an energy of you've got mail, right? So opportunities are going to come flooding in as a result of you stepping into the world. I'm hearing it's going to seem like you're acting brand new, but all you've done is removed any kind of stagnant debris, any kind of stagnant belief systems, so thoughts that you've been reinforcing that are not in resonance with your highest possible expansion and your highest possible expression. So really you're coming back to who you've always been, which is a highly abundant being, and removing all the barnacles or thought forms which have kind of clouded your vision from actually being able to see how abundant you truly always were, right? So this is just it's not that you're coming up, it's that you're coming back to something that was always innately there within you, right? So this is something that is going to align you with new experiences that are in resonance with this vibration that you're emitting. Your vibration and frequency is going to inform matter, and matter will respond as a result of that mental mastery and emotional mastery that you've cultivated within yourself once again. So let's go ahead and take a look at this reading. Anything you touch turns to gold. You've got the King Midas touch. Anything you touch turns to gold. Let's go ahead and see. Photon, right? This shows a positive light, okay, with photons. So there's almost light that you're emitting during this time. We'll go ahead and read it. It's a very auspicious energy. Photon, some type of light. There could be light that you're or absorbing. Okay, there could be light codes, also downloads that you're absorbing as well, where a bunch of photons open up almost this wormhole. That's how I'm seeing it, and it leads to a shortcut. Okay, so there's something about you can shortcut your way into, I'm seeing someone riding on the highway, which again represents basically just rapid momentum. Okay, photon talks about time to shine. So yeah, it's time to shine and put your King Midas touch on display for the world to see. So luminescent and electromagnetic energy that is produced, transmitted, and absorbed. So again, this could be light codes that you're kind of sending out. Maybe these are certain thoughts that you're sending out into the quantum field, which are like light waves, and you're bringing, and they're coming back, and you're absorbing some type of information that already exists. So this is a timeline already existing in energetic potential, and it's you actually being able to act towards this. Again, this could be like a surge of energy, right? A collection of photons or light, things that you're absorbing, which are helping you take action towards something, and it leads to some type of shortcut in your life. It leads to an acceleration of events. So it's like you're supporting a timeline that already exists in energetic potential, and as you act towards it, it begins to collapse into space and time, and it begins to become again a part of a tangible experience for you. So yeah, the light has come to celebrate the highly positive process, which is responsible for navigating obstacles in a natural way. It is the ideal state of any process or manifestation. Ideal refers to the idea that one has when they put their energy into something. The greatest desire is the idea happens. So again, this is like, it's not just ideas, it's downloads that you're receiving, okay? It's divine downloads to take divinely inspired action towards a very specific trajectory in your life. I'm hearing also divinely inspired action towards yourself. So again, these are things that can be transmitted and absorbed. In this case, the steps manifest themselves perfectly, added to a speed of propagation that exceeds the desires of the one who created it. So this is going to exceed your desires in some way, you know, the one who created it, which is you. Since due to its enormous energy, the photons propagates at the speed of light. So yeah, this is the Greek word for light. Wow, photons move in exact directions, but they are only found in places where there are electric and magnetic forces generated by charges. So this is some type of thought form that you've been reinforcing. Maybe it's something that you've been imagining for yourself. Maybe it's something that you've been taking action towards behind the scenes, but it's time to bring this to the light, okay, with the King Midas touch, because again, this is definitely going to open up very, very auspicious timelines, okay, for you. Let's go and take a look at scene 2 now. Scene 2 is once you act, you begin to walk the way, and the way becomes clear. So this was the corridor, okay, this was the corridor. And with photon, it's like you guys are the light. You're moving through a transitional phase, but there is an eternal light within you that forever guides your path through this transition, okay, and onto something new. So we have collapse and parallel universes. So you are guiding yourself at a high level of understanding, okay? You have the full spectrum, okay, or a bird's eye view on the full landscape of time, and your heart, or this eternal light, is gently guiding you towards your chosen destination with parallel universes. There are many other parallels of yourself that you're existing in other lifelines simultaneously in, and there's a quantum non-local connection that you have. So this is something that's going to be invisible. It's something that is going to be innately encoded within you. And with collapse, this is about a system failure or an old collapse of old systems. So there's a collapse of old way of doing things, all right? Things that no longer are in alignment with your highest possible expression are literally going to be dismantled, and that destabilization is going to act as your biggest catalyst for your biggest transformation that you've ever seen. So this leads to the biggest transformation that you've ever seen. And with parallel universes, it literally talks about betting on yourself, okay, and being open to basically new timelines. This is like a new universe, okay? It's like you're going to be functioning completely differently. We'll go ahead and read the quote in here. Parallel universe is the power of choice. So again, this is your power of choice. How did you become who you are today? How did you get to where you are today? It's like you're going to be reinforcing new thoughts within yourself, and I'm hearing these are thoughts that you're actually going to be receiving from other versions of self, right? The highest possible expressions, and you're going to be embodying those expressions. And reality begins to respond to you. Reality begins to reconfigure itself to correspond with your internal state of being. And there's a new energy that you're going to have in this state of being. So this is about playing the best game of life and infinite possible webs that transpire in other realities that you're going to be tuning into. And again, it says, if you were a piece of clay, right? And we'll talk about icing in this case, dancing softly at the mercy of the rhythm. It's like you're attracting threads and threads of energy that has molded who you are today. Every choice has made who you are, and you've been able to see how functioning under certain belief systems have led to your life becoming a product of your own creation, even if this was unconsciously, right? It's like you've been molding clay with your eyes closed, and now there is a different eye that's opening. You know, it's like you're going to be molding your life based upon the vision that you have through looking at life through the eyes of the soul, and that's going to be leading to a complete different way of functioning in this reality and navigating this realm. So it almost seems like, not that you're boring, but you're entangled quantumly with other non-local connections on the quantum level, that you're almost embodying. It kind of does remind me of a vast jumping energy, where it's like you're downloading certain information, but there is a complete system overload. It's like something's being rewritten within you, all right? It's like you're borrowing belief systems, not borrowing, but you're harnessing and anchoring belief systems from other versions of self. It's super interesting. Many things happen and come through choice, but it's about what we choose to do with them. The decisions of the universe works in mysterious ways, but always in our favor. Our choices are sometimes correct, and other times we can make them be. So it's almost like, again, what do you want to do from this point on? It is an ontological and errata moment. So even we always have a choice. Even if we choose not to take it, we are still choosing. So again, it's like you're no longer leaving something up to chance. There is a call for action that you're going to have, okay? And your action is going to play a key role. Okay, let's see. Right, scene 3, let's take a look. Scene 3 is don't stop just yet. You've got the world looking in your window. So let's go see what this is. And again, there's a collapsing. This is what I mean though. There's an old paradigm that's dissolving, because there's an old paradigm and shift of perspective that's happened within you, and seeing your own potential and how you can show up for yourself in order to unlock your full potential in some way. Again, there's a collapsing of an old system of some kind, and it's like you're moving into a new universe because the vast in you has shifted. Right, don't stop just yet. You've got the world looking in your window, the cosmic network, invisible and visible forces that are going to be watching over this shift that's happening with the cosmic network. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. Okay, the cosmic network says available information. Okay, so this could be genius insights that you're going to be receiving. And again, other people are watching you, like, where are you pulling in this wellspring of knowledge from? Yeah, it's like this hidden source that you're anchoring some type of information from. And it's because it's from invisible sources. Again, sources that are through quantum non-local connections of some kind. So this is available information. It talks about Da Vinci, Nikola Tesla, you know, all of these great artists, right? Einstein, these great inventors, Dalai Lama, Shakespeare, Buddha, Jung, you know, it goes on and on. But this is about, again, generally we see people with admiration and adoration, but forget the true meaning of their real message. Everyone can access the information provided by the energy network if desired. Everything is energetically available for any of us as a tool if we wish to be taken by that energy. We must not let adoration blind us. Their ambition was to show us discovery of what was already there to be discovered, right? What already existed within the cosmic network, within the quantum field. So yeah, it's a super interesting energy. Again, this is going to bring full concretion to what it is that you're capable of, and being able to believe in yourself as you discover what you really want from your life during this time. And again, these are realities that are already existing. You know, it's like you're tuning in and aligning yourself vibrationally towards a reality that already exists, right? That has already came to be, a universe that has already came to be. And you're aligning yourself so that you can witness the becoming of how that happened. Okay, so that's a super interesting energy with cosmic network. People are going to be admiring you because there's something that is available for them as well, that is going to be shown through through you, okay? There's something that already exists for them when it comes to their highest possible expression. And you serve as that reminder and that mirror, okay? Right, let's go ahead and take a look at scene 4, a classroom for 2. This was the head teacher scene. Right, with the head teacher, we have void. So again, moving through the unknown. The void also with golden hour, this is a special spatial light, because again, it's really focusing on what you want to create with your light, right? With being pure creative life force seated in a physical vessel, and how you want to align that, okay? I'm hearing what you want to entangle that light with, okay? In some way. Right, let's go ahead and take a look at the void. This is empty space. Can you handle it? No answer, no energy, no message. There is nothing. At the same time, it's like a paradox of silence. It can be louder than 1,000 words, opening up the possibility of a whole. So this is about unraveling the mysteries of the universe. And everything already being available to you. It's like the universe says, I have nothing more to give you because you already know the answer. You know the answer of what you need to embody. You know the answer of what it is that you need to do from this point moving forward. Forget who you've been, forget where you've been, and focus on who you are in this moment and where you're going. Because all that has been is not all that will be, and it's not all that has to be. That's a choice, and that choice is up to you. So it's almost like there is a blank slate here where you get to rewrite or reinvent yourself in some way. And that's why you're being told to have mastery over yourself and your mind and emotions, and then you'll be able to master matter from what you want to do from this point moving forward. All right, scene 5, get comfortable in this new skin and show up for yourself in ways that you've never done before, okay? You've got male. Optical doubles. Oh, this talks about the illusion of something being really close together when in actuality they're actually very far apart. And you have geocentric model, which talks about the wounded ego. So again, there could be a deep wound of the ego in the physical vessel of feeling unsafe. Again, you could even feel like, oh, this thing is very, very far-fetched, and that's going to be the type of mastery that you're going to have when it comes to observing the thoughts of the ego, feeling those thoughts, thinking those thoughts, feeling the emotional body and the pain that could be there, but also not attaching to that, right? Knowing that you're all of it, but also none of it simultaneously. So with optical doubles, it's something that it seems like it's so much more prominent as long as you allow it to be, but it doesn't have to be. In actuality, it's very far from the infinite being that you are, the abundant being that you are, and the voices in your head that may tell you otherwise, okay? So that's what geocentric model and optical doubles look like. There is almost this harmony that you're going to have to find internally, even when those voices come, right? Even when the wounds come of the ego with geocentric model. That's what it talks about. And that voice stems from fear. And this is where that love of power that the ego has, right? Or the power of love that the ego has. It loves control. It loves power. It loves its comfort zone. There is going to be some kind of discomfort that your soul feels at that point to stay in your comfort zone, and that discomfort will surpass the comfort that was once there, and that's going to be you choosing the power of love and choosing to mold a different path for yourself in order to step into versions of yourself that you haven't been before, and to go places that you haven't gone before, and to do things that you haven't done before. You have to be willing to step into an entirely new way of being, and that's what scene 5 is all about here. So again, even though there could be that deep wound, it doesn't mean that the fear isn't there. It means that you're choosing love over fear. That's what it means. So yeah, very, very interesting energy. Right, let's go ahead and take a look at, we'll take a look at Shaman's Dream Oracle message. So we have Eyes of the Eagle, rising above the fray. This card tells you to rise above the arguing and struggling drama of the mind, okay? So again, when it comes to those thoughts, take a look at that through the eye of the soul. That's what looking through the looking glass is with the eagle. This person is rising over, they are greater than their mind. They are greater than their body, right? They are greater than their fear. And that's what this is. It's knowing that love is greater than fear, right? Let's write it down below, right? Let's say that love is greater than fear, okay? It's that type of energy. And always remember that. So this is about being able to observe the human comedy unfolding in the ground, the human thoughts that may come up, right? The other feelings that could come up in the human, and being able to hold space with that and keep rising above into higher and higher altitudes, getting a higher perspective or bird's eye view when it comes to the full landscape of time and the timelines, the abundant, infinite timelines that are readily available for you, okay? That's what this talks about. And then you have Skybridge, possibility for union, seeing that vulnerability and the unknown as a strength, realizing that your full potential is on the other side of that fear, it's on the other side of that voice, okay? And if that voice comes in, that's because you're on the verge of a breakthrough, my dear, okay? So possibility for union, that bridge acts as a connecting point into this new version of yourself, into these new timelines, okay? Into these new experiences that are in resonance with this new version of yourself. And it talks about an old paradigm and an old way of being as well that will be dismantling. Anxiety here as well. So again, rise above the mind. This is going to be your biggest obstacle. It's going to be you. This can be when you're your own biggest perpetrator, right? Where you can become your own biggest sabotager. Where you can not necessarily even fear your shadow, but you begin to fear what your light may look like. You may fear your full potential and what that means for your life and how that dramatically alters it, right? So it's almost like you will be adjusting to the changes that happen around you. It's going to feel like that. But the changes around you are literally adjusting to your state of being. So are external factors and changes governing your internal state? Is your internal state in harmony, completely dependent upon things staying the same and familiar and predictable to you? Or does your internal state govern your external factors? Do you have mastery of your mind and your emotions despite what's going on externally? Can you cultivate and sustain that home frequency and that harmony amongst the storms of life? And then you have walking away here at the base, which is literally, it's like a garden in the gate energy where there's something that you're walking away from. It's an old way of navigating the world that no longer serves you. It's no longer supporting. There's certain belief systems or thoughts that you've been reinforcing that are just not supportive for your highest version of self. They're not in resonance. They're not. We have deep knowing. So listening to the oracle within. This is saying that there is a voice within you that already knows. It knows the way, and the owl. Yeah, we have higher power as well. So you're being guided by non-tangible forces and aspects of yourself. We also have mending. So again, it's almost as if you get to mend your... this is a lot of healing that's happening in the now, in the present moment, where you get to show up for yourself in ways as an invitation to show up for yourself in ways that you were never able to. And not just for yourself, but for those who have come before. You're opening up a huge point of divergence where you're stepping into the unknown and you're stepping into a new dimension, which is just a new frequency, a new way of operating, a new way of being, where new stories get to play out. The stories that are aligned with this version of yourself. That's what this is with deep knowing. Following that oracle within. This is intercommunication that's happening, right? To step into your most healed timelines, your most expansive timelines, and no longer reducing yourself or keeping yourself small to feel comfortable or to make others feel comfortable. That's no more. That's not the deep knowing. This is about, do you align with that divine feminine aspect with deep knowing? Do you trust the oracle within? Can you trust yourself? There's a lot of opportunity for healing here. And to heal is to integrate. It's to become whole in yourself. Mending is not seeking for external acceptance or permission to do so, to rise to the occasion. The sun is still going to rise every morning, despite whether people want to wake up or not, right? Whether people want to see the sun rise or not. Heart of Source. So again, this is a huge act of love for yourself, unconditional love. We have Akashic Stargate, no wrong path, crossroads, aligned with purpose. So again, the Akashic Stargate is this level of protection that you really have during this time, where you're moving forward again with this eternal presence, the tree of life, and I'm hearing the stream of life that is flowing for all of eternity. And you're moving through different shapes and currents down this stream, different forms in which you're incarnating into. How do you make the best and move as one with this form? How can you teach the form or the vessel to move as one with you? It's one of many. So yeah, this is about a level of surrender, so that source can begin to experience itself not just through you, but also as you. And that source also flows through you, and it connects to the divinity within others, okay? Right, let's go and take a look at some... we'll take a look at some starseed messages, and then we'll probably close out there. Okay, we have Imrana. Where are you being called to journey to? Is it a physical location? Is it a metaphysical location? Is it a new destination within yourself? We have Soul Tribe, the gathering, right? Intuitive hits. It's all coming together. So you guys are definitely aligning with some kind of soul tribe. Again, this is a journey where there are other fractals of source, of the whole, all source from one source from all, who have split itself into awareness, right? Fractals of awareness who have also become conscious of themselves. So you're not alone on this journey, even though it may feel like that right now. There is this paradox of the illusion of separation, Earth School, right? Soul growth, life lessons, study, higher learning, all in benefit for your soul's evolution and growth. The seas of mini taker, seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to the light. So again, things that were unbeknown to you. You're going to see that you were supported in ways that you maybe have not been able to see, right, up until that moment. Ten of Swords. More than anything, there's a psychological ending that's making way for new healing. It's going to lead to an Ace of Swords energy, right, which is a reset mentally, where you're stepping into a complete new way of being. You're soon to gain clarity in who you are and why you're here, and what you want to make of your time here. And Ten of Swords is really about an ending, especially when it comes to self-betrayal, right? No longer operating in ways, and it usually has a sunset on it as well, so it's like the end of something and the new of something else. And you have 10 of Wands here, so it's a time of action. It's a time to show up for yourself and send ripples through the space-time continuum, right? Send ripples through the earth. Okay, we have 888 abundance, and then we also have 333 potential, so major growth cards. 143 at the base, which is preparation. So again, new creative opportunities are upon you. Life is filled with phases, but everything has been preparing you for this moment. 888 is external abundance, again, prosperity. As you stand in your higher self, you attract all that you once were seeking. Giving is always a doorway to success. 333, your chance to reach your highest of potentials is here. Perseverance has gotten you to where you are. You have been through so much, and this guidance is here to show you that you're exactly where you need to be. Not a moment sooner, not a moment later. You're exactly where you need to be at the time that you need to be there. So I'm going to love and leave you guys right there. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. Hopefully it brought you all the clarification and insight that you need at this stage in your journey. If you're not already subscribed to this channel and want to stick around for future reads, do consider subscribing. We'd love to have you around. Personal reading details are also going to be down below. If you want to join our Discord server, that's also going to be down below. And also take a look at Otter Spirit's discount code if you are looking for some beautiful high quality AAA grade jewelry for any of your manifestation needs. We have a beautiful blend today, and I will talk to you guys very, very soon. Until next time, bye.